welcome back to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Review slash Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth. I'm finally found somebody that was able to kill me. Had to take off all my armor and everything first, so they could actually do it. But yeah, fun. So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna check the thing out. We're gonna go check out this person, Tiny Johnson's camp, because no one really isn't going to go to a camp that's a double entendre and a stupid pun. Stupid puns really get my attention all the time. I mean, I really can't deny it. I really like stupid puns. I wonder if it's because I've gotten older and less wiser. This place is a myriad of stupidity. You have a bunch of guns here pointed out to protect you from a few floaters. You got a few water collection things here, a lot of power, a couple vendors, and they have some guns that, in all honesty, they're selling these things at the price that you would sell them if you just want to get rid of them, or if you're uh, script price. That's a good way to put it. Marsupial serums, they're a little high. Most people go between 400 to 500 caps for most serums. Marsupial's more looked for than most by new players, especially. So, I mean, I would price it a little higher probably. Um, all the grenades and everything, all the maps, super stem packs, that's really cheap actually. Regular stem packs, that's really cheap actually. So cheap, in fact, that I'm going to go ahead and buy 100 off of them because I could use to restock. This right here is a terrible and an awesome weapon. This right here is a terrible and an awesome weapon. They've got varied plans, none of them priced too high, none of them priced too low. They have a bit of a farm. They have a mix match of materials here. The top piece is from the barn set. The uh, armored roof there is from the Pittsburgh set. The walls here are from the contemporary set. They have basically built themselves a workroom and an personal improvement room, meaning they have all the games and things out that they can to improve their character's stats when they go out into the wasteland and do their thing, like, the weight bench. Um, a few of these other games here will give you bonuses to different stats. You got the ability to play music, a bed, terminal to save, a place to deal with the random bits of weapon of ammo that you don't want to stick into your ammo collection. A bit of a display. So this camp, although not great, we're going to go ahead and give it a 3. It does exactly what it's supposed to do for the player, which is, what it's doing. The mounted stingwing is one that I will take. The mole miner gauntlets I will leave. Believe it or not, a lot of trap camps that have a high plan total will have an ass load of these mole miner gauntlets in there to get people to come to their camps so they can use them for bait, so to speak. We're going to go over here to Princess Yuri's camp and check it out. So that's 1-3 so far on this vast map. We are going to go ahead and look for the next camp that we can find after this. This camp is set up on the side of a hill, and it is built very much to be a floater, as you can see. It is not built well. The vendor is put into the prefab over here. Princess Yuri apparently believes she can fly, and she can touch the sky, because she dreams about it every night and day. And this camp looks like it's going to fly away. But not because it's a plane, but because it is a plane sticking out of a slanted surface that makes it look like a plane. And they have a really nice collection of all of the stuffed animals and things like that that you can get in game, which are in these cases here. By the way, if you accidentally have to move camp or do something like this, all of these will be counted as junk that are not ones that are placed by you yourself. In other words, you have to build them in the Tinkerer's Bench. Oh man, this camp. So that gives them a 2. They have no bathroom. They have a few defenses. The place in I'm gonna give it a 2. There's nothing here really. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just a warehouse floating in the middle of nowhere. Quite literally in this case. Let's go for our last camp of the day and see if I can find something a little better. Well, looky here. This is a guy that I know. His name is Jack O'Mara. He usually builds really cool camps. Um, he's been absent for a long time in the Fallout 76 world space because, he moved recently and has been dealing with a new job and all the stress that is incurred with that. But he tends to build camps that are uniquely integrated into the areas in which they are placed. Like this one, for instance, here is a treehouse camp. And as you can tell, as I was saying before, most of the serums and things like that are priced at around the price point that I was saying. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but overall not bad. And he tends to price things a little out there, like these green suitcases, for instance, the pink ones and all that stuff. And then he's got a quad action revolver. This would be a great revolver, except for the reload speed, which is one of the reasons why quad on it is actually a good thing to have. The weapon speed means that it fires faster, it doesn't reload faster. And this thing reloads bullets one at a time. The benefit to this one is, if I remember right, it only loads 6 bullets. So it is technically a quad revolver with a 6 shot, and yeah, it's not great, but it's not terrible. He's made his own little cart here and attached it to the Jeep, which is a pre-existing structure. He's got a mannequin glitch down beside of it so that it looks like they're the driver. He's got this little, workroom that's already pre-existing and a bunch of stuff that's already pre-existing here that he's added, decorations and decor to, including this idiot that I absolutely despise, which it seems like everybody else seems to love the Raider um, moron that I don't know. And then he's built this interesting little catwalk that goes across. Jack plays exclusively on PC. He also plays on occasion on the Xbox platform, mainly to look at camps and talk to people that are on there that he knows. But he's primarily on the PC platform. Um, he's also big dork when it comes to this stuff, so he will tear down stuff, rework it a billion times to get it to look exactly the way he wants, like this right here. I probably would not have dropped this thing in with this mat as many times as he has to get it this level. So your character processes crossing it in such a way that it is just as smooth as butter. But that's the kind of guy he is, and he built all of this stuff. And a lot of it is used like, okay, so this is a round structure, so that means that he used the round template plan that he had to make. And the walls that are in here that are like this one here that are junk walls, that means that he went back and he substituted out walls that were already placed here because of these floors, or ones that he has placed individually in place. Um, Using the floating and placeable walls. He has his own YouTube channel, which goes into great detail on how to do that. The roofing tiles that he's chosen, although random, make a lot of sense given the fact that he's had to work so hard to get everything in here, and he's just trying to cover holes. I mean, look at this. He's got rugs covering sections where he couldn't quite get the tile to go in, or where he had to place something to get power into a certain area that it wouldn't go on its own. He's got his generator is like pretty much non-existent because it would be sitting right here, and then he snapped this trap to make it disappear to give it a hidden power system. And then over here, he's got you know some water features placed into the waters to make it look like the people are tubing a bit, and he's got the alligator sign, the cooking station glitched down into the top of the uh, fire pit, the tire swing, which isn't here normally. This is a water purifier and a toilet with an actual door attached to it. He's got the banjo sitting there so your character can sit there and play it. So you'll actually be able to sit on the toilet if you want to, just by clicking on it. He's got the external shower, which he's also got it because he's using this particular bot for his Collectron. He has extra space on it, so he's got his shower glitched down into that to make it even more incorporated into the area. He's got the floating lantern, which is more than likely tied to some piece of conduit somewhere that he has got placed to get it into position. He's he goes all out on his camps to make them look like they're integrated into the world space, um, to make it look like they belong there, to make it look like it's structurally supported, and to make it more than just a piece of garbage that is sitting there for somebody else to see. Jack does a hell of a job on every camp that he builds, and I've seen most of them, if not all of them, at various points. This is what's here without his camp, by the way. Check it out. There's not a lot here without it. Like I said, Jack goes out of his way to incorporate everything into the world space that he can to make his camps integrated and seem like they belong in the location that he's built them. Um, he's by far one of my favorite builders in this game, and I miss getting to talk to him as often as I used to. And his camps are almost always a 9 to a 10. Every single time. This one here is a 10, without a doubt. The only thing he didn't really have was a prefab, and I can overlook that in his case because I know how much work goes into doing everything that he did here. So, Jack, whenever you see this, or if you see it, know that I miss having you around and I wish you were here more often. And with that, I'm going to tell you all to enjoy your game, have as much fun as you can, really, really work on making your camp something special for yourselves, because in this game you're the one person that's always going to appreciate it. Well, I'll take that back. You and me are the only two people that are always going to appreciate the work that you put into anything that you do. I guarantee it. And I hope that you all enjoyed this episode. It was not my intention to show one of Jack's camps. I just happened to get lucky and he happened to be on. Jack is rarely on this game anymore. As I said, he's been missing from this world for about 6 to 8 months. I miss him a lot. I consider him a friend. And because of that, I miss him a lot. So you guys have fun. I will talk to you later. And enjoy your game as best you can.